Hey guys, I'll make this quick, but sorry for the long wait for me not being here. I was sick and then took a rest day because I wanted to make sure I was okay. Oh, excuse me. And then I went to a very important event, and then I next day fell asleep the whole day. I was planning on posting yesterday, but I slept the whole day. But anyways, let's get on. Yin stared at Muzan. She watched as his lips curled upwards into a cunning smirk, whilst the laugh he emitted was deep and almost soothing. It shocked her, more than anything, and it only served to flatter her. You seriously have no fear anymore. Muzan shook his head, closing his eyes as a last let a breath escape past his lips. Humans, I suggest that you be depart from this room, however, since my amusement at your answer is quickly fading. There is something I must discuss with these things. All lower moon sixes, in the room flinched from how he addressed them. Yin nodded. What exactly are you going to do? She questioned instead, once more completely disregarding his comment. Do you want me out of this room? Because you're going to kill them? Is he? In an instant after the words left her mouth, a fleshy tendon that grew from Muzan's arm sped past her to crush lower moon 6, Ami. In his grasp, her gentle silver eyes widened, as pain soon filled the brilliant hues. Yin felt chills as she glanced back at the crying demon, who was now pleading for mercy as Muzan's grip grew even more tighter around her body, crushing both bones and intentional organs. Oh, I should have known. You think the only reason I wanted you gone was because I didn't want you to see them getting killed? Muzan narrowed his eyes in irritation, obviously not fond of her association. How vain. Why did you want me gone then? Muzan didn't answer Yin, instead caressing Ami and completely stirring her body into splatters of blood. He watched with utter lack of care as the cells in Ami's body disintegrated through his will. Not showing an ounce of remorse for her death, it was only then did Muzan look back at Yin, stopping in front of her after approaching her so she could tilt her head up to him, making sure she was completely looking into his eyes. His blood-red gaze was one of dominance and bloodlust, clearly stating that he was nothing but harsh and not soft. It brings me pleasure to kill demons that I thought worthy to join the 12 Kizuki, he uttered slowly. It means they failed me, and those that have failed me are punished. And what exactly have they failed at that? Yin questioned, trying to stop the tenders in her fingers. At obeying what I desire. And to think I simp over you? She muttered in English, the twitch in his brow visible since he couldn't understand her. But, Kibutsuji, I honestly don't know what to say to this. Killing because they failed? Doesn't that just give them more room to improve? You're just killing those that couldn't be provided with your success. Is that what you want? Yin exhaled softly when he once again answered with her silence. Turning away from him to exit the room, her heart pounded almost to her throat. Twisting down the halls, she finally found her room. Exhaling loudly, she then proceeded to collapse onto the comfy mat and snuggle into the blanket. Thoroughly exhausted from the day's events, it didn't take her long to fall asleep, soft snores emitting from her figure, but this only deterred her from sensing the presence that soon entered her room. Or, well, the two presences. Akaza stood with his arms crossed over his broad chest and a rather neutral expression painted on his otherwise stony face. Doma stood beside him, a gold fan in one hand while the other rested beside his back, fanning his face and hiding the smirk that grew across his lips. They didn't speak, nor did they make any gesture that they acknowledged the other's presence, having arrived separate. So, Doma was the first to say something, sliding his rainbow-colored eyes to the left as his eyelids dropped to make a proper look at his companion. What brings you here even though it was Muzan-sama that summoned us, Akaza dono? I could ask you the same, Doma, Akaza retorted, not once meeting his stare. I'm here to visit the human, of course. So you know what today is, then? He finally tore his gaze away from Yin's sleeping form to look at his superior, such as he hated to admit. How this human irritates Yin-sama enough for him to dispose of one of the lower moons? Yes, indeed. I find it strange how he had no intentions of killing them. But that one comment she made immediately changed that. I wonder why. This girl is many things, Akaza dono, Doma stated with a smile this time, it being one full of pleasure or, well, mischief. A human that can be regenerated many times over without the slightest hint of drawbacks. It's interesting, no? I'm sure Muzan-sama already has a plan and how to exactly find what makes her so unique. It's already proven that she can't help a demon walk in the sun if consumed, so she has no connection to the blue spider lily, Akaza pointed out, flinching when Yin stirred in her sleep. It's pointless to keep her here. So, you want to dispose of her as well? I don't like killing women. You were so adamant about killing her just a few months ago, though, Doma. Oh, though, Akaza. Doma smirked, his rainbow-colored eyes seemingly to peek through irritation. You're vile. Aw, Akaza dono. Doma exhaled softly, tilting his head and closing his eyes as he folded one of his arms over his chest, whilst the other brought up to prop up against his chin. Just admit that this human has grown on you. I heard that you visited her the night she came here for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. That can say something, right? You think I enjoyed this human's presence? Akaza blistered, recoiling even though the thought of it. Even if you don't enjoy her presence, which I myself am fond of, Muzan-sama is keeping her alive for some reason or another, so we must obey and respect his wishes no matter our personal opinions. Doma informed him rather logically. Akaza stared at him in disbelief. All the same, though. I already knew that. Akaza then snapped before looking down at Yin again. This woman. She could ruin everything. It's time for a Toagawa-era secret. Yin thought that Muzan might have grown tolerance for her, but the idea was quickly quelled when he killed Ami anyways. Conversing with Muzan always drained a lot of energy out of Yin somehow. Akaza visited Yin to see if she was alive, considering he found her, almost practically dead, threatening, Doma visit her since he found her amusing. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. And by the way, I'm back fully, hopefully. Anyways, bye, love you. Mwah.